fun. Welcome to the Beacon of Light podcast, our favorite things. We have been going through this is day 7 now. So we're really excited to bring in one of my favorite people, Miss Louise Pistole. So before we get started, let's jump on in.
I'm April Tribe Juke. Welcome to the Beacon of Light podcast. I believe we are all made with light, and light is hope. This podcast brings authors who write stories of hope to all of you. Your journey to be inspired and amplified by these stories starts now.
And we are back. So, Miss Louise Pistole, thank you so much for being a part of the Beacon of Light favorite things tonight. So, we are excited to have you here. And what is it that you want to show to the whole world this evening?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be a part of this. And I'll tell your guest a little bit of my backstory so they understand how I got to where I'm at and how my book got to be what it is. But I had been living alone. I was divorced. I had been by myself for 10 years. I was working very long hours in a stressful career, and I was really going through the motions and living under cloudy skies, so to speak. And one morning, my minister spoke about joy. He talked about the verse, always be joyful. He cautioned us to watch for joy stealers. And joy stealers are not just people, although they can be people. It's circumstances and events and a lot of things, distractions that can steal our joy. But I came home that day and it was as if the clouds had parted and the sunshine shone brightly through. And I could just feel the joy in my heart. And I knew something was about to happen, something good, and I needed to act on it. So I had been journaling, first of all, those last 10 years, more as a victim, all the things that were wrong with life. And after this message about joy, I took to journaling about joy and happiness, positivity, all the goodness in life. And the more I would journal, the more that I would write, the more gratitude list I would make, the better I felt about myself and where I was and where I was going. And I knew that the sunshine would follow me from there. So 10 years after this message on Sunday morning, I had the opportunity presented to me to write a book about joy. And it has turned into a daily devotional book, 365 pages, one for every day of the year, trying to guide other people through the storms of their life and lead them down the pathway to joy. I want to hold up my book. Let's see if I can get this in the camera where you can see it. Discover Your Joy is my book. And it took 2 more years for it to come to fruition, and it just released earlier this year. So it has been a real positive impact on my own life, but I am also seeing the impact it's making on other people's as they have relayed back to me their enjoying reading it. The devotion they read for that day is what they needed to hear that day. So I feel really good and really inspired that I have been able to share the joy that was brought to me with other people now.
Beautifully said. You know, sometimes as we gather and go to church, listening, learning from others, that's a wonderful place, of course, where the Lord can touch us and direct us. And those incremental, line upon line, small amounts of change really add up. And suddenly we have those light bulb moments. But really, when we probably look back, there's been a preparation for it. Because I'm sure after all of those years of, I'll just say the gloom, wah, right? All those years in the
Yes.
gloom, there was probably a feeling of like, there probably needs to be a shift. And so I'll just say you might have been gloomed out, right? And so that's why the message was possibly able to touch. And look what happened. You changed your victim, gloom, poor me story into the journaling of joy and finding it in every place. Now, I can attest, everybody, I will testify to this, that the small pieces that you find joy in every day is what Miss Louise really captures. And it is those journaling moments where we can then reflect on our own life, our own spirit, our own way of, I would say, perspective, that things really start to go, huh, there really was something good today. It's not all of this coverage of gloom and shame and doom or whatever. We know life happens. And we know that within that moment of that deep pain, shame, darkness, whatever it is, the sun still comes out the next day, right?
Yes. And I do recognize that everybody is not in a place to choose joy every day. We all have circumstances that we're just not going to have, quote unquote, a joyful day. And in those times, I encourage people to look for moments of joy, which is just what you were referring to. Look for those little things in your day that you can hold on to and you can remember and you can keep those in the forefront of your mind. Whether it be a phone call from a friend, the sun is shining. Right now, I'd like to have the rain. I need rain here. So, the little things that mean a lot to us, by holding those in our brain, we are walking towards the path of joy.
That's right. And in that walk, we start to discover things, right? And I'm so glad that you talked about those moments. So, with your book, and I understand that you have like maybe even a Black Friday sale happening here. Tell us about that.
I do. When I first started hearing, even a month or more ago, about how shipping this year was just going to be a problem and that things could be delayed. And I wanted to be sure that anyone who wanted to buy books for gifts, that they would get them on time for their gift giving. So I did start my Black Friday sale early this year in order to accommodate people that wanted to order early. It is on my website only, but if you go to my website, louisepistole.com, thank you, um, both the hardback and the softback books are currently 25% off on the website. So that is Black Friday, and I have said it's good until I run out of books. So I have a nice little stash, but I have had a lot of requests for books. So get them sooner rather than later, and we'll get them shipped out so your recipients will be able to get their holiday gifts on time.
Right. And it's really, really a great moment. I think we've had a great opportunity to have a lot of reflection, right? And so maybe this has been a great preparatory time that as now they read through the book, they're like, I can find it, I can see it. And this might be that place where more and more really, truly can discover that joy because I would say the depth of heartache might be resolving and you want to look for hope, you want to look for joy, you want to look or change something different in your life. So, what an opportunity that Miss Louise has offered here tonight on the Beacon of Light favorite things. So, we are so excited that she has this wonderful 25% off of her books. And so come and join. You can see the website right there. We also dropped all of her information out on the blog this morning. And I know Saturday can be kind of a busy day, but take some time this evening, read through the blog, see all of the things that she really has to offer with the book and with other kind of touch points that can help you discover your joy. Absolutely. So, you want to share with us one little story from the book to kind of give them an example of how your book is laid out?
Oh my. Okay. Well, what I will do is I will go over here. First of all, I will put my glasses on so I can see. And since this is the month of gratitude, I did write a lot of the November inspirations were about gratitude. So the one that actually is for today, November 20th, it starts with an affirmation. I pause in my thoughts of gratitude. I want to chat with you today about increasing the benefit of gratitude in your life. And I have one over the moon tip to double or even triple your wellspring of appreciation. Talk about supercharged gratitude. I've always believed that gratitude builds a wellspring of joy in your heart. Imagine a bucket that you are filling up as you express thank you. When you experience sadness, worry, overwhelm, or other emotions, you draw on this wellspring. Your bucket is depleted based on the amount you need to overcome the challenge. That is why I always encourage you to use gratitude daily and build up your wellspring bucket of joy. Now, about that over the moon tip, as you list all the things you are grateful for or writing them in your journal, take an extra few minutes and think about each item. Why are you grateful? How did this item, person, event make you feel? By settling into the actual feeling of gratitude, your heart will receive more of the benefit. You're spending more time in a state of gratitude, which will pay huge rewards into your wellspring of joy. And I have a question. Have you experienced more abundance due to your faithful gratitude practice? And I close with a quote, double your gratitude with a pause for reflection.
Beautifully said. So, this is a great example of how her book is laid out each month with a theme and an understanding of something to kind of look forward to and focus in on so that you can really look for that joy in every moment. There are many times where I see people who are looking down, a few that look up, and a few that look around and connect and smile. So it's just taking those little moments and offering that. Even when sometimes we don't feel very joyful, the return on that could really be a surprise, right? It
Yes,
really could be.
yes,
Right.
for sure, for sure. The more positive you are, the more grateful you are, even for the tiny little things, the more joy you will have in your life. One of my sayings is that gratitude is the pathway to joy.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. And that is very true. So take some of this, prove it out there, and see how your joy can be changed over the weekend. And as we're coming into the holidays, see what you can do every day to feel that difference within your own life. That'll be the challenge. So go there to louisepistole.com, grab one of those books, get yourself ready. And if you know of somebody who needs a gift like this, what a beautiful way to give a gift. This book is, an opportunity for joy. And most books are like $20 or less. I could help find joy and change my life for $20 or less. Yes, you
Yes.
bet. What an amazing
Yes.
opportunity. So looking at a perspective shift like that, thinking, yeah, maybe I would like to invest some time every day in a small little devotional to understand how I can come closer to the relationships that I love, maybe even to God, and to see that joy every day. You guys got the
Yes.
challenge? Okay, you beacon of light people with the favorite things here. We are so excited. Thank you so much, Louise, that you came here and offered this. Make sure you go to her website and join there, see what she has to offer, get a copy of that book, and discover your joy.
Thank you, April. Thank you for having me today. And thank you to your audience. And I hope to see them all on the website soon.
Me too, me too. We'll see you, everybody. Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye bye.